waiting for people to come. Hey, what's up? Who's in here? How's it going to smirk on my face? So I'm gonna try to. So this is a different type of live stream, probably not as much action as I usually do. This I don't really wear, but an awesome YouTuber and viewer made it for me, Crafty Craft. So that's the only reason why I have it. Obviously, I can't wear it on a work spot because I had it made because this I'm wearing when I got into my car wreck, and I liked the shirt. I wanted to use it again, and it's perfect message for government. So I figured if it got so bad where government was mandating that I wore it in their buildings while I do official business, that I would at least have it. So that's my new shirt. So I'm asking this question because obviously it's still a hot topic. Some people believe that there's serious danger still, and that a mask is gonna stop everything. I don't know why, although I do believe in freedom of choice. So that's my belief right there. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. I think it's absurd, to be honest. Especially having a medical background. Sure, I'm not a doctor, never was a doctor, but I hung out with doctors for a while, and I've talked to a couple of them. Obviously, they're not going to come out and state that they're anti-mask because of their employer. Obviously, people need to maintain employment to maintain their standard of living. But when doctors are telling you you should only wear a mask if you're sick or if you're going to be around people that are sick, then there's definitely a problem because you go outside and everyone's wearing a mask. So basically, around Scottsdale, I thought there was something going on here, but I guess not. So I'm walking around Scottsdale, maskless and open carry. Yeah, it is. It is political. Early Coiler. Did I pronounce that correctly? Saint Earth. I call them muzzles. I don't like being muzzled. So my personal self, even if I could wear a mask, I wouldn't, because I know that it is not a good thing medically. I can't wear a mask because I have breathing issues, especially this time of year during monsoon season, and anytime it's really humid, especially when it's hot and humid, I have trouble breathing because my sinuses are destroyed. So basically, these mandates are getting so crazy. I've been doing mask audits of stores, and although I believe hardcore on, as a business, especially a small business, being able to decide who can shop at your business. But at the same time, a lot of these corporations receive public funds, either at the city level, the state level, um, federally, like Walmart, um, Kroger even. There's several corporations. The banks obviously receive federal funding. So with all the shutdown, so the only people that are surviving are these giant corporate entities. And so basically, I haven't had crazy trouble with them except Costco. Costco is one of the corporations where I'm trying to figure out how to do the audit because I didn't sign no contract when I paid for my membership. I didn't sign no contract saying that I was going to wear a mask. And I don't believe it's in the terms and conditions even now. I'm going to go for an audit. I'm going to go to Costco and get their terms and conditions for their membership and see if masks are now on there. Because, so there's a couple things that they can't do. And if you look at the executive orders here in Arizona, which I should have actually grabbed it because I have it printed out and it's in my car. So I should have grabbed it. Hey, one hot girl. Is that supposed to be... Oh, we have a fire engine. Okay. Yeah, some companies are very, very lax on the mask. Obviously, anyone that deals with the public probably has to deal with it. So, basically where I'm going with this, I've been doing some mask audits at stores that I've been going to. And the first one, I'm not going to say what Sprouts because I've already talked to them. If it happens again, then I'll probably have to address it in a video. But I went into a Sprouts like maybe 45 minutes before they closed to just grab a couple items. Obviously, I don't wear a mask. I walk in. I'm not coughing on people. I'm not spitting on people or super close to people I don't know. I don't do any of these things that could possibly be disrespectful. Even though right now it's not against the law, I see them potentially trying to legislate the 6 feet distance. I don't know how they're going to enforce it. It's not going to be pretty. They're probably going to start citing people for coughing in public, blowing their nose in public, being a human in public, breathing in public. So, basically, I go in right after entering. I'm asked, "Do you have a mask?" And I'm like, "No, I got a medical condition." Do they need to know the medical condition? No. Yeah, it's more than that, but I'll cover that after I'm done explaining the story. So this woman asked me if I have a mask, and I tell her one of the exemptions is I have a medical condition. The first time I did this, I used a religious exemption at a Michael's. The young girl went and talked to her supervisor and probably saved them a lot of trouble. So they actually passed that audit. the very first one that I did. Michael's here in Phoenix. So she talked to her manager, and her manager's like, yeah, we have to let him. Like, I knew they didn't really like that I wasn't wearing a mask, but they knew that they had to by law. So obviously this is a public area. I'm not wearing a mask. Others are wearing a mask. In some cities and towns, you can actually get cited for not wearing a mask out in public. Here in Arizona, I see a mix of people. Usually they only wear them in stores, but I see people driving while wearing a mask. Don't get me wrong, there is a virus going around, and it's a nasty virus. I think I had it, but I don't think anyone will know that they really had it because the tests aren't accurate. It's just, so the strain that the virus came from, the coronavirus, has been around since the 1920s. So it's been around for a very, very long time. The only difference between this and your normal coronavirus is that it's a lab version. It escaped out of Wuhan lab in China, and obviously they're not going to tell the people the truth that this, the truth that this happened. They're not going to tell anyone. So there is a virus, but it's about the same effect as the flu, only it's respiratory virus. So it's got about the same stats probably as the flu. So, yep, Wuhan. So I'm not saying that it only came from Wuhan, because there's other labs in the world that had similar or the same virus. There's a couple here in North America. I understand from doing some reading that actually Canada and the US were told by the UN to stop playing around with these viruses. Maybe I'm wrong. The buzzing is the crickets, but check out what this is. That's 5G, yo. And my signal has been crap ever since they turned it all to 5G. And there's one. I'm on the main strip in Scottsdale. This is Scottsdale Road. So there's another 5G tower. And 5G, some are saying that all this is caused by 5G. 5G is another subject that I want to get on at a later date. Basically, we don't know the true effect. When they first started this program here in Phoenix, the frequency was turned up, and whenever I was next to towers for too long, I started getting nasty migraine-like headaches and just feeling dizzy. So that's a separate topic. I'm just going to talk about mask and the COVID coronavirus. So it's another thing to think about though. 5G, could it be a part of this? I'm asking that as a question because we don't know yet. We have some studies being done right now, but you have to look at, follow the money. You have to follow the money with these studies. A lot of the studies are paid for by pharmaceutical companies or someone with an agenda. Usually it's to make money. Sometimes it's for other reasons, political reasons. But they want... Hey, what's up, Valley of the Sun? So I don't think a lot of people are worried on a day-to-day basis of the coronavirus, at least here in Arizona. I know on the media they're trying to say that we're one of the hardest hit states. I don't believe it. Um, so there's been studies recently where they tested out masks to see if they would actually stop a virus. You want to be on camera? Okay. So he's giving a shout out to Kansas City. I don't know if you heard that. I give people an opportunity, even if it's off my topic. It is Scottsdale, so let's see. Well, the cell tower is on your block these days. Here in Arizona, except for Mesa, I'm noticing that for the most part, they don't put them in residential areas. So, but, so I've been doing mask audits, and obviously I can't bring a camera that they can notice into these stores because it's against their policy. And that's something that they could probably not allow me to do if it's not a company that doesn't, or if it's not a company that receives public funds. These corporations are public places because they receive tax dollars. So at a Walmart, you should be able to record, and it shouldn't be against their policy because they receive FEMA, DOD, or DHS funds and other public grants. Let's see. Okay, that's an idea. I've also thought about getting a clip-on camera. Basically, I audio record. I don't always think about it. So, some of the audits, like right now, I'm already feeling like crap because I'm around all the 5G. And it's hot. Humid. So, basically, Sprouts, I've had an issue with. Sorry about that. So, Sprouts I've had an issue with, but we cleared that up with the store manager. I was more like an educational. I don't want to get any employee in trouble necessarily, unless if they're purposely doing it because they want someone to wear a mask. If I figure it's political and not just ignorance or something like that, then I'd probably escalate it to something else. But it sounds like she was thinking that she was doing the right thing by following corporate policy and not thinking about the law. So that's why I made it more of a training thing for her. I let her know in the store, you can't do that. I asked her for her name and her store manager's name. And so I called the store manager. I just told him what happened, and I'm like, like I came in and I was grabbing a couple things. I told your employee that I have a medical condition, that's why I couldn't wear a mask. And he's all like, have you ever thought about shopping online? And I'm all like, well, so here's the thing. The way the ADA works, you have to allow people access, um, that, or you can allow no one access to your store and only go online. I told him that medical and religious reasons, he cannot bar people from entering. And I told him, go look at the order for Arizona, go look at the order for Phoenix, because it was in Phoenix. And so in Phoenix, there's an exemption for mental health, which is a medical issue, and religious reasons not to wear a mask. And I told him that he needs to start looking at the law and stop just going by corporate policy. So he realized, oh, and I told him, I'm all like, are you looking for lawsuits? Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna sue you, but are you looking for lawsuits? Before he realized, like, oh, I need to figure this out. So that got nipped in the butt. And then today, which is why I'm doing the stream, I was about to go live in the store earlier today, but I went to, in North Gilbert, I went to Smoothie King to get a smoothie for dinner because it's so hot. And so this girl asked me, there's signs on the outside that say you need to wear a mask, no service without a mask. I should have started recording at that point, but I was like dehydrated and hungry, and I needed something in my body. So I go in, everyone else is wearing a mask, obviously. I go up to the counter, and then she's comes up, like, I think it's not going to be any big deal. And then she's all like, do you have a mask? And I'm like, no, I have a medical condition. She's all like, I'm going to have to refuse you service. And so I'm all like, I have a medical condition. And she's all like, you need to wear a mask. You can order online and have it delivered. And I'm all like, I'm here right now. So basically I was like, are you denying me service because of my health condition? And I think after I said that, and started asking for her store manager's name, I think that kind of resonated in her head. Like, shoot, I need to, like, not do this. I don't know. I want to say it's ignorance as well. I told her that she might want to look up the law. And I'm probably going to give the store manager, I'm going to try the store again before I do so. If I get it again, I'll probably contact corporate or the store manager, because they cannot deny service for a medical or religious reason. So this is Old Town Scottsdale. Usually it's kind of busy, but it's Wednesday too, so Pink Pony went under. I don't even know what that was. Was that a strip club? I don't come down here to party. I come down here to watch people to party. So, is that a strip club? Someone tell me. The Pink Pony. There's a baseball on it. Is that like a clothing shop or? So there's traffic. There's some offices around here. Most people are back to work here in Scottsdale. So I will post the orders on the stream when I get somewhere. I'm gonna give you guys a little tour, so I haven't been down here in a long time anyway, so. But yeah, not, for people in Arizona, look at the state order doesn't really tell you much. Ducey kind of fell because he, I think he got frustrated of the cities like asking him, so he's just all like, "I'm gonna let you guys do whatever you want," which is wrong. He should have looked at the Constitution of the U.S. and the Constitution of Arizona and made an informed choice. Obviously, those corporations that receive government funds, they should not be part of this order um, because it's a public place. So, yeah, it's crazy. Ducey was pretty much, I don't want anything to do with this, so let the cities. And a lot of the cities um, did their own thing. Um, I think Tempe went overboard. I don't know. I should go look at their order, but I think Tempe went overboard because everything's pretty much closed still. Scottsdale's semi-loose. I think they're looser than Phoenix because they include religious institutions. They actually put that in the order. I vaguely skimmed through it here. I don't think they demand it in restaurants here in Scottsdale. It could have changed recently. That's the thing about the U.S. That's why we had 1976, and sadly, um, we haven't really uprised since we uprised against the British. So I would like to see in 2020 another 1776. I don't want a Marxist um, uprising like what's going on. I'm not. So I know I go and cover the protests. I know I'm around a lot of the Antifa, BLM. I don't necessarily agree with their political beliefs, but at the end of the day, um, as Americans, they have the right to assemble peacefully, and they have the right to speak their mind. I do not, I think Marxism is very dangerous. I do not support it. But at the end of the day, they are people too. I'm a Christian, and even though I don't like a lot of their values, at the end of the day, the only way you're going to be able to change things is through love. But you also gotta stand up for yourself. And I'm not asking for violent uprisings, but there is gonna come a time where we will need to be armed at these people's doors, at, at the council members, senators, president's door. Basically, we need armed people to uphold our rights as people. And one thing I love about Arizona is without a license, you can conceal, you can open carry, no license needed here in Arizona. Hold up. Hey, Brooke Stevens. Hey, what's up, Pikes? I didn't know you were in here. Where are you? I didn't think he was sick. I think he's okay. Um, I think he might learn some other things. I'm not sure. I need to probably talk to him. Um, but I've been kind of doing my own stuff lately, so um, I want to do other types of activism because Cop Watch, yeah, it's needed. Um, Cop Watch is good, but it's only a small piece of the pie. Uh, Yesterday, I went and share the footage out to Phoenix PD headquarters, and I submitted my cease and desist. And that covered all the protests where there was no violence, and the police decided to tear gas random people or shoot them with pepper balls or rubber bullets, basically giving orders to disperse when people weren't breaking the law. So that night in Tempe, yes, people were standing in the street, but it looked like right before there was the tear gas, it looked like the organizer was about to pull people out of the street to let traffic through. And I think they were going to go back, kind of do it back and forth like that, so that they're sending a message but not impeding traffic. Um, so, impeding traffic, yes, that is in a way violating people's rights, but the people who are enforcing this corporate code, um, they violate our rights to travel every day, basically by suspending people's licenses for not paying parking tickets, or like suspending your license for not paying their child support, or for other stupid reasons. So basically, the state doesn't care about it. A big deal that people as a group, as really you could incorporate yourselves as a group, they care more about them blocking traffic. So it doesn't really make sense. Uh, like, that's where I have a problem against it. If there is a right to travel, it should be both ways. You shouldn't be fining people and taking away their means. You shouldn't be impounding people's property, their vehicle. You shouldn't be fining them and taking away their means to travel. And we all know that the right to travel wasn't properly defined as it should have been. Yeah, they keep shutting down my stream. So yeah, there. Obviously, taxes is another thing. I know the libertarians say that taxation is theft. I used to swing that motto around, but really, ever since I've been doing Cop Watch, I've realized it's more than theft. It's extortion. Like, I think if most people were given a choice, they wouldn't pay taxes, at least for the... They would be asking where the money's going if they had a choice. I think if we continue with taxation, and I've actually brought this up at city councils up in Washington, if we continue with taxation, we want to be represented. And we want a list of all the places that our money's going to, and a checkbox. Do you want to put your funds here, and the percentage of how much you want to put your funds? That's the only way we're going to have fair taxation. Otherwise, it's extortion. So it's not really theft, it's more coercion and or extortion. Yeah, um, it was a discussion I was having with some other libertarians. So we're still trying to figure out the way to best do it. There's obviously there's a lot of abolitionists. Um, I I my personal beliefs. I want to abolish the government completely. I'm an anarchist, but at the end of the day, I don't think people are ready for that. That's why I think just cutting back government as much as possible um, is a pragmatic stance, and it's practical. We just need people to wake up and realize that they're getting fleeced. Uh, a lot of your representatives don't care about you. They care about an agenda, um, or they're trying to. Thanks for coming, Panda. I'm trying to look at my. Yeah, it's to those people that don't believe it's not real. I don't know where you because I know people who have had the symptoms or have had other people with symptoms, but I don't know. I don't think it's what the media and what the politicians are telling everyone what it is. I don't want to say it's planned. I really don't know. I don't have any hard evidence to say whether or not it's planned or if it just happened and maybe um, I want to say some people have good intentions. I always want to believe that, especially as a Christian. I would love to believe that people had good intentions. Um, but at the end of the day, it almost looks like someone had an agenda and they might have lied to some people. Um, and who knows? We may honestly never know. But I gotta get. The Fusion Center wants me to go. Um, yeah. Hey, Guaimito. How are you? I remember you. How are you doing? Nice to see you all. I miss those that I know, and to those that I don't know that always come in here, thank you for coming. I'm gonna end this. I just kind of wanted to talk about this because it was fresh in my mind, and I really want to do a better job at documenting it. It went um, from people concerned, um, and that's to be normal. Went from that to just crazy, just craziness. And now, thankfully, the police here aren't enforcing anything. But tomorrow, you never know. They might be ordered by Communist Kate to go and round people up that don't wear masks, or uh, fine us. Who knows what's going to happen? But basically, that's why I wanted to bring this topic up. I believe in ultimate freedom. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you are worried and about getting a virus, um, there is online shopping. Instead of making all the healthy people wear masks, you can online shop. Um, there's other ways of doing this because they're it's just insane. Um, there's a so there's a way for you to get services for cheap too, using services like Lyft and Uber and all the Grubhub and all this. So there's ways to do it, and then you can find your personal person and pay them to get all your stuff for them if you're worried about catching a virus. Because the majority of people aren't really too worried about it. They wear a mask because if they're told to, and they fear consequences if they don't wear a mask. So, just a little bit of thought. Um, I would like to have a doctor, if any doctors come across this. If you're for it, against it, I don't care. I would like a doctor um, to come talk about it. If you're for the mask, I would also like someone who is against the mask to come and do a debate, because I've seen this in various places, and I think it needs to be debated a little bit more. But signing out, Phoenix Cop Watch. Thank you all for coming, by the way.